Okay, I need to clear up some nonsense coming from Cisco. VLSM is our topic. Okay. Let me underscore this. Okay. Big. Huge. Because this throws people off, and this is what really bothers me. Why people cannot learn subnetting. This is not subnetting a subnet. A better way to think about this is subnetting an unused subnet. Okay, so right now we have a router, and let's say that this interface right here that I'm drawing out is using this network number. Okay, now we want to use a, this is obviously a /25, okay, in case you didn't know. We're going to use a 26 mask, and we need to figure out where to place it. Okay, well, first of all, we need to find the range of this address. Okay, and if there's multiple addresses, you need to find the network and the broadcast, so you could find the end of the beginning and the end of each subnet. In this case, networks are going up by 128, and the network is beginning from 128. So 128 plus 128, I believe, is 256. Anyway, the broadcast address then will be one less than the next network number, which will be 255. And actually, in this case, 256 is not a valid network address, but it still is the same principle. Okay, so that means from 128 all the way up to the end of the range is used. So we need to use something less than 128. Okay? And again, if we do the math here, we will indeed find out that this is 256. Okay. Now we need to find out what the increment number is for a /26. Okay? It's simple. 24 is in 3 255s. We know 8 plus 8 plus 8, 8, 8, and 8 ones, okay, is /24. Okay? Now, this is the 25th bit, this is the 26th bit. Our binary placeholders, 128 and 64. So that means we're incrementing by 64. So we need to take 128 minus 64. We need to be at least 64 away from this. And 64 happens to go into 128, so this will work out beautifully. And this will equal, I believe, 64. So we could actually use the 0 subnet as long as it doesn't specify that we can't. If it's specified that we couldn't, then we'd have to use 192.168.1.64 as our subnetwork number, with a 255.255.2.192. 128 plus 64 is 192. Okay, and we'd be using 192.168.1.64 for our network, for our subnet network number. Again, you could also use the 1.0 through 63 address range, since we're going up by 64. So again, just look at your networks that are already in use and try to find out their ranges, where they begin and where they end. You have to break this down into binary, and again, the subnet mask into binary, where there is both ones and zeros. In this case, it's the last octet. If it was the third octet, whatever. We need to find out. What our increment number is, and at what octet. In this case, it's the fourth octet. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it for VLSM. Just find your network number, your broadcast number for each network. Figure out what you can't use, what's already been taken up, and then try to squeeze the network that you've been given into a spot that fits.